Welcome to the Wiser Talk, produced by Wiser Software Solutions, the premier low-code company of India. Our host today is Abhinanda Ghosh, a veteran of the financial services sector in India with over 30 years of experience. He culminated his service career as the CFO, CIO, and CISO of a public sector general insurance company. Mr. Ghosh is a low-code evangelist and is presently an advisor to WiserGos.
Welcome back after the break, and let us continue with a tete-a-tete with Balaji. Balaji TK, as I've already introduced to you, is an overqualified, if I may say, FinTech expert who prefers the label of business enabler, with finance being his core competency area. In the course of his illustrious career, Balaji has mentored and guided many new age companies through their FinTech transformation programs, particularly in the BFSI, retail, and manufacturing sectors. Currently, he is heading a FinTech company based out of Chennai as its head office, but having large footprints in the rural areas of Tamil Nadu. So back after the break, Balaji, and my head is still muddled with a lot of interesting insights which you had told me about FinTech domain as such. But let's talk about some of the functions of FinTech. Like as I understood from our discussions, FinTech companies, they solve business challenges through the medium of technology. So finance business, they will solve the challenges through the medium of technology, and therefore there is finance and technology, a marriage between the two, and that is FinTech. That's what I broadly figured out. But can you give me, or rather describe, a few such specific challenges which are solved by the intervention of technology?
Great. For example, what I would say is the day-to-day transaction which you do it. I would say this use case is a payment gateway company. What happened? There is an e-commerce platform is there who is having a product to be sold. Okay. And then there is a bank is there. Okay. Now what happened? Customer wants to pay it. Okay. So by sitting in his home, what happened? He's able to browse the product or a service, and through this payment gateway, I can able to do my payment online. Okay, so there's a lot of FinTech companies who are into this payment gateway space. This is a very good example where we can able to rely on this FinTech domain, where they help in transactions, they connect with the consumers. Okay. The other one where I would say is the best use case which is growing up right now is a small ticket, which is a buy now pay later, where suppose I need just 5,000 rupees. Okay, just by using this app, I can able to apply immediately. 5,000 rupees gets transferred, then I can able to pay it immediately with just a click of the button. This is another use case where everybody is using it right now. And another thing is like there are a lot of aggregators out there. Okay, like Policy Bazaar, Bank Bazaar, those kind of players. Where they play on the transaction deliveries. What happened? They allow the platform to build the transaction after transaction. They don't do anything there. They only connect the people. Okay, so this is completely based on the transaction delivery models, where by using the existing data they create it. So this is one such thing. Another use case where I would say is for doing the lending. There are a lot of various service providers out there who comes and helps in reducing the turnaround time. Okay, by sitting at home, by using mobile app, I can do the entire loan onboarding activities completely.
Yes. So that certainly, that is one of the basic blessings of technology. That is there and undeniable. We all are beneficiaries of this blessing. Yeah.
Exactly.
But there is always the other side of every coin, right? So let me jump in here and express a few fintech concerns, particularly which the laymen face in the modern digital financial world. Okay, take for example a recent experience, a very scary experience which I myself had very recently. It was a simple case of withdrawing money from the ATM, withdrawing cash. As you know, this must be one of the most common and the most simple financial transactions done impersonally through the machine in everywhere in this modern financial world. Now, what happened in my case was I put my card in the slot.
Okay.
And one by one, instructions started coming onto the screen.
Okay.
And I kept following the instructions. I put in the amount of withdrawal which I wanted, okay, which was for me quite a substantial amount, in fact. Okay. And then, I put in the PIN, and then they sent an OTP to my registered mobile, and I put in the OTP. The final message came on the screen, okay, saying that your transaction is being processed. Please wait. And then suddenly everything went black.
My God.
The machine, sort of blacked out.
Okay.
The whirring sound of the processing within the machine, that came to a halt.
Okay.
My heart, in fact, was in my mouth. And then a little later, okay, on the black screen, okay, a message came saying that your account, your transaction has been aborted. My goodness, I was standing there. First of all, I needed the money very urgently. That was one thing. And secondly, what happened was, I don't know, the money didn't come. The cash wasn't there. I took out my card. Okay. No help in sight. It was evening, bank was closed. I was alone, couldn't get the money. And most important, the biggest worry which I had was, I had put in all my identification parameters like the PIN, the OTP, etc. Okay. And at every step, it was saying that, yeah, your transaction is in progress or whatever. Only at the time of giving me the cash, it suddenly conked off. And I don't know whether my account has been debited perhaps, or maybe. Okay. But I actually haven't got the cash. Okay. And if now the bank claims that no, the transaction was complete, I don't even have any proof to say, any evidence to say that actually I didn't get the cash. I did everything. I didn't get the cash. And if the bank says that, see, from the, if I try to convince the bank from the CCTV footage in the ATM and all, these are all uncomfortable things, and I don't know whether they work or whatever. Yeah. Means I, as a layman, doing a simple transaction from an ATM machine whose basic function is to give me cash, everything done. Officially, the transaction has been done. But actually, the cash hasn't come. What is the solution to this? What happens behind the scenes? In the machine or behind the machine? What happens? Can you sort of give me a comfort?
Sure. So I'll touch in two phases right now. How the world is moving forward towards a cashless economy, and how the banks are helping it right now. Then I'll touch base on this bank part of ATM. Okay. Now, if you see us in India, like a complete shift has happened, moving out from a cash to a kind of a digital economy. What?
Yes.
Today, if you see every single day, the UPI, which has been introduced by NPCI, every single 10,000 crores of transaction keeps happening. That means If we go on shop
Wow.
transfer of money, only through a QR code we can able to scan and do the payment through any of the
Yes.
product you are buying.
Yes.
End to end.
Yes.
Nobody needs cash right now. Just a mobile device is enough. Point number one. Okay. Where it's completely empowered by NPCI. They are the one who wants this guidance given by RBI. They have developed a platform, very excellent platform. And I would say they have also gone to the UPI version 2 also right now. So that means furthermore digital transactions are going to happen. Okay. Whenever we need any money to transfer, let's not get into the cash mode. Let's get only to the digital mode. Point number one. No,
Okay. No, that is your advice.
That's it. I'll come to that part.
I'm talking of if I still do by cash, I'm not comfortable by digital, or any one exceptional moment I want cash and this happens, then what? Then what?
Yeah, what is happening right now in the ecosystem is there is a bank. Okay. Those days, what has happened is long back when you started creating a bank account, there are no ATMs. So we need to go to the bank and withdraw them. I'll just elaborate how it goes.
Yeah. Please carry on. We have all the time in the world.
Thank you. So those days, what happened? We go physically to the bank. We give all the documents, send all the documents, everything, and then they create a bank account. They give a checkbook, and then they say whenever you want money, you write a slip or you write this check, take the money. That was the system. It got emerged, and they told, like, I'm building ATM machine. Okay, well, I'll give you a card, kind of a debit card, which is powered by a Visa or a Master or a Amex, whatever it is. But India's invention is there right now. Okay, which is a rupee card. So bank gives a card. By using this card, I can able to withdraw the money. They told no, you need to come only to my branch and withdraw it.
Yeah.
So one bank has slowly evolved. They started networking all the branches, everything. They told no, fine. If you are holder of my branch, you can go and withdraw money from anywhere of my branch also. So they also network the branch. Then other evaluation came. What has happened is fine. You are having account with me. Anyhow, the card is being provided by only these 4 or 5 players. So our network ATM is connected with the players, providers. So you can go across any of this ATM and withdraw the money. That means if I am having a bank A, I don't want to go to bank. I can even go to bank B's ATM and withdraw it. Any bank B.
Yes. That we have seen. Yeah.
So,
and it also says, it also brings out the fact that simply ATM vending has become a business line on its own.
Exactly.
I think it's much like those the mobile towers, where there is one tower company and all the mobile service providers are using that tower.
So those days they built their own infra, but then what happened? The infra started owning by somebody. Everybody started using. Similarly, what is happening? It's also happening banking as a service right now. Banking is
in ATM machines.
Right yes. So what happened? ATM is being done by one of the player, where every bank goes and types up this ATM. So this network is also happening in India. That's a very nice innovation which is happening.
Yeah. And in fact, what the big advantage of that is, any one bank cannot have ATMs of its own at every location.
Exactly. Nobody can have it.
But in this model, in every location, there is an independent ATM vending machine.
Exactly.
And every bank can use it, so the reach is much more.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right.
That advantage.
Kind of innovation keeps happening.
Yeah.
And
but Balaji, I
coming to your point.
I'll bring you back.
I'm coming to your point.
To my problem. Yes.
So every bank has their own core banking product. Okay.
Yes.
It's connected with the service providers. This service provider gives the data to the ATM. What happens? There's a ledger getting created at every single transaction. And in ATM, there's something called as a digital I is available. That means whatever cash is digital.
Sorry, I didn't get it.
Digital I.
Okay.
Digital I.
Okay. Digital I.
Yeah. Right. There's something called the digital I in every single machine. What happened? It does every single ledger transaction is happening. It keeps recording everything. So it also knows what is the cash getting dispensed, what is not dispensed, what is got stock. So everything is getting recorded in a journal right there, and this digitally keeps maintaining every single information. So,
Oh.
and then what happened? There's a three-way matching mechanism happens with every single bank. Three-way algorithms are there which
Acha?
matches the transaction. Because what happened? This system, ecosystem, no, you will be in one bank, I will be in one bank. Okay. So transaction happen. I go to this bank A, I put a different card of bank C, I withdraw the money. So what happens? Every level of gateways happen. Okay. That's a ledger is getting maintained and the reconciliation keeps happening. If at all by unknowingly something got done in your account also, it will get rolled back immediately or at least by end of day. So if at all it's not rolled back, then it's a you and people will not even use the system right now. Okay. The proof of putting is the reconciliation keeps happening and we know exactly money detected or not detected. We get a SMS. We also know money detected or not detected from SMS. We also having net banking. So all this is only enabling us to know, fine, we are protected against all these issues.
No, I am still not fully convinced.
Okay.
I am saying that in this ledger, it is created, all my validations have gone, even the message also has flashed that your transaction is being processed, please wait for the cash, which means all the previous steps have been done. Only thing, finally the physical cash hasn't come.
That's what, if physical cash doesn't come in, that's a digitalized there in the system. If the cash doesn't get dispensed, that records fine the money never went out of the vending machine, that machine. Okay. So it records that and it rolls back the transaction. In the screen, you will see, yes, 5,000 is coming, counting, for example.
Yes.
Suddenly, there's a blackout happening. So this digital line knows the blackout has happened. What happened? It rolls back the transaction after that. That's why I say the reconciliation keeps happening. It's a digital reconciliation is also happening. Reconciliation means it doesn't mean a kind of physically somebody saying. It's how completely digital reconciliation keeps happening at a very single point.
Okay. So
you are protected against it. That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah.
So what I understand from you is that at every step of the transaction, there is a validation happening. Is that so?
Yes, every single touch point. So we know
touch point
went and touched where. That one records where they went and touched. So every single touch point is getting recorded. It helps in two things for the bank. One is for the reconciliation purpose, they know, and second thing is the behavior of a customer, whether it's a left-hander or right-hander, where he's going, which button is helping him. So it also helps them to redesign the screens always. So even if you're using a mobile app or a ATM, everything, there's something called the user interface is there. What happens? User interface
that is
you know where they're touching. So they keep on reinventing it, how they can able to simplify the user experience. And where they can able to bring in the seamless customer journey, frictionless.
Okay. So well, this gives me some comfort. Yes, that this touch point, every touch point is validated before the next step is taken. Well, but that does give me and millions of ATM users like me, it must be giving them comfort. So let me ask you about another, very common experience which we face. Often, this is about, online payments, online purchase, online transactions and all. Often when we are doing an online transaction, what we see is that we have again done the entire purchase, we have taken the product, we have sort of gone to the payment portal, the payment gateway, so to say, and again they ask us for all kinds of identification multiple times, the various pins and the OTPs, etc., and the amount is in process of being transferred. This is not about cash withdrawal. This is about an online payment being made from my bank account to the the service provider or the product provider's bank account. The amount is in the process of being transferred. And suddenly, and I may say that this has been my experience many times, not one, the system hangs. That transaction is being processed and processed and processed. The system has hanged. And we keep waiting indefinitely for, if the money gets transferred and the transaction is completed, then a message will come, success, your payment has been made or completed successfully, something like that. Now this message is not coming and we are waiting indefinitely. And to make matters worse, there's a message already there on the screen that processing is in progress. Please don't hit the back button. So I can't even do that. I can't abort that transaction. I'm forbidden to do it by the message on the screen. So I keep waiting and keep waiting. And finally, how long can you wait? At one point of time, I'll have to sort of abort the transaction by maybe shutting down the computer because the whole system has hanged now. And then the problem, there's so many fallout problems which happen. The most important thing is, has the payment gone? Because if the payment hasn't gone, then that service I will not get. That product I will not get. That merchant will not deliver the product to me or give the service to me. So I don't know whether, I'm getting that product or not. This is point number one. The bigger thing is that since I don't know, and many a times we do online transactions on when the transaction is very urgent. Like let us say I'm booking a railway ticket on Tatkal. I cannot afford to not have that transaction done. Suppose I am booking a ticket for a theater and only a few seats are left. So I cannot afford that I don't get that service. I have to get that service. So my next thought as a layman will be, let me do the transaction again and pay again. Now I don't know whether the first time the amount has gone through. And the second time, if it again goes through, I'm ending up by paying twice for the same service. It becomes such a mess and such a headache. And because these are all online, so I don't even, it's not like the olden days when you lift the phone and blast that guy on the other end and then, get your way through. Here, I don't know who to contact, what to do, how to apply for a refund. And then those people, if somehow I contact them, they will say, sir, we don't do, this is automatically done. We don't know anything about it. We will have to see how the refund can be arranged and whether you have made a double payment. So that's again, as you were saying, that's a reconciliation. Now, where that reconciliation happens, is it automatic? Is it manual? I'm sure it's not manual. It cannot be manual. And these are not local things. It will happen somewhere in Bombay or Delhi or somewhere. And I am sitting here in Calcutta. So it becomes such a mess. So basically, to sum it up, the online payment transactions, not cash withdrawals, many a time they hang. When they hang, we don't know whether the payment has gone and I'm entitled to the service. Many times these services are urgent and therefore I have to get that service. And I may end up paying twice, going through the process again and paying twice for it. Which means that the question of refund and the problem of refund comes. These are all impersonal transactions, so I don't even know where to go, who to contact, how to get the refund. And sometimes, and if you can't even go back and abort the transaction midway because there's a message on the screen, don't hit the back button. So how will you pull me out of this mess? How can you convince me that this is not a mess, but it's a
you got varied experience
situation
from different domains.
This is what the layman faces, let me tell you. And if you can really, if you can really give us a good comfort reply, then this is certainly something to be happy about.
From your own knowledge, I'll try to answer this question, right, that you brought this. Okay.
Yeah.
Once again, ownership lies with us because it's our own money. We need to safeguard our own money without.
Correct. Yeah.
Certainly, the ownership lies with that, no doubt in that. Okay. But what happened? We can consider the two things. One is online payment, another is a payment gateway. Let's not consider payment gateway for any fund transfer. What I mean is online payment fund transfer is, suppose I want to pay money to somebody else as a business owner, as an individual. Okay. I can use various mechanisms. What I'll come to payment gateway part if you ask me later. But before that, I'll just touch base this part. Okay. Because I want to keep this broad line how the payment keeps happening within the industry. What happened? There are various mechanisms like I can do online fund transfer. One is NIFT, another is RTGS, real-time gross settlement.
Yeah.
Another is IMPs for immediate payment. Okay. NIFT is National Electronic Fund Transfer. IMPs is immediate payment service. So there are these three services are available. Okay, with any bank, with for us, where you can able to do the money transfer. Each has its own nitty-gritties. IMPs is immediate, but challenges there's a maximum cap of only 2 lakh. Whereas RTGS there is no upper limit, but it starts only with 2 lakhs, only for the business people. NIFT is once again it's only through batches, not immediate. Okay, so first of all, we choose which way we want to transfer the money. Okay, this is clear. Now what happened? RBI was listening to all these challenges, issues, whatever you are going through. Okay. Then they gave a clear mandate to NPCI, okay, which is once again governed by RBI. Why don't they come with some kind of a great initiatives for India? Okay. Where NPCI started lot many initiatives. Okay. Where this UPI is one of the great initiatives from NPCI. And similarly, if you ask me the card part, RuPay is one of the great initiatives offered by this NPCA. Okay. So these two initiatives, what happened? It helps us in a good payment mechanism. Okay, where UPay is a simplified payment terminology, which is once again supported by Bharat Bill Payment Service, which is also offered by NPCA. Okay, various initiatives kept happening at one point from this NPCA perspective. Okay, there's one more initiative where it's a Bharat QR code. And another initiative is there called as a BIM, okay, Bharat Interface for Money. Or there is also one other thing where I can able to pay through other enabled payment service. So one point, what happened? We have created a platform where through whichever channel payment can able to happen seamlessly. A product has to be defined clearly, okay? Because all this is only we need to have a right infra to set the place. For example, if a train wants to run faster, the track needs to be like set accordingly so the train can run faster. Similarly, for any player to do a payment mechanism seamlessly, platform need to set faster. Okay, so now what has happened? We laid the platform where you can able to handle millions of transactions and a seamless transaction can able to happen. Okay, so platform has been set and various mechanisms have been put in place. Now what happens for a commerce companies like for a like movie is a service. I'm buying a movie ticket or I'm buying a product as e-com. For both of this, what is happening is there's a payment gateway companies offers this service. Okay. What this payment gateway company does is they create a tunnel to the bank account. Okay. Direct tunnel to a bank account. And they create a platform to transfer the money. This is what the payment gateway company does. Okay. So payment gateway company once again use the underlying principle of debit card I can able to transact, credit card I can able to transact, UPI I can able to. The various mechanisms are already laid, which is created by NPCAs and other players. Okay, payment gateway is only the channel which connects this. Okay, but they create a direct channel to the bank. After creating this direct channel to the bank, they first go to your bank account and see whether you have balanced money. If you have a balanced money, suppose I'm buying for 5,000 rupees. I'm using payment gateway. I'm using the channel UPay, for example. Through UPI, it comes to bank account. For example, my bank account checks fine. I'm buying a 5,000 rupees product, whether balance is there. If it is that, stands check, yes, balance is there. Then it says can deduct it. Once I deduct, once again a reference number is obtained, one is getting deducted automatically. Once the reference, authentication, transaction, everything is available, it comes to us in a mobile or in a screen. Immediately, this information is also available to the provider, that is
merchant.
Merchant. For example, to shift the product. So our transaction happens seamlessly here. Various technologies are in place. Various security mechanisms are in place for to happen this. And few technologies were mandatory for this payment gateway channel. They use something called HTTPS. That is, all the transaction goes to secure channel. And they have something called as a VPA, virtual payer authentication. Okay, there's something called the 3D protocol is there. Okay, RBI has given a guidelines. Everybody comply with the PCI DSS complaint. That's a complaints mechanism where every payment gateway need to certify on it. I think a lot of certification is available. Platform is secure, and the underlying engine is also getting stable more and more. I believe we are getting less and less transaction issues nowadays. So people are using transaction more and more. Where most challenge might come is if my internet is little bit slower, I might experience a problem. Or if suddenly some kind of a choking is happening somewhere. So there we see the problem. Suddenly if everybody comes and buys something.
No, but my thing was, in case of such a problem, the internet suddenly going slow and all, then how will I avail that service? Means, how will I know? Like I told you, no, I need to buy the Tatkal ticket. Whether the money has gone or not, how will I know?
Right one. That's what I told. Only if the handshake happens, that means I detected payment gateway is there. After detecting our account, they'll handshake to, for example, Tatkal's bank. Okay, for booking the train ticket. Okay, so the transaction is getting handed over to them. Once they receive the transaction handling ID, they start issuing. That's how it happens. What happens? First they detect from us. After checking, this confirmation is given to them. Fine, I received this money. This is a reference ID for this, and you complete the transaction. So that is why they wait there till they receive the confirmation. Most of the products have gone to the matured stage, but still certain product, like it is not that only the payment gateway alone could be the issue here. What happened? A merchant can also have a lot of challenges. So they also need to improve the infrastructures. Okay. So the entire ecosystem need to improve the infrastructures on every single day. So that's why
that is there. That of course is there. Yes. The parts, sum total of the parts will make the whole.
Correct.